Good day and welcome back to a chapter a day. It is Monday, July the 8th, and we will be reading Deuteronomy chapter 22. Okay, moving right along. Whew, new start to the work week for those of you who go to work still, and those of you who are on break or just like me don't go out to the workplace anymore. I pray you have a blessed week ahead, whatsoever it may hold for you, that God gives you the strength to deal with it. So let's get into our reading of Deuteronomy chapter 22. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brother's, which he has lost, and thou hast found. Shalt thou do likewise, thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of divers sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he has given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. And they shall amerce him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he has brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city, and lie with her, then you shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and you shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor, and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. Whew, wow. Quite a number of laws for sexual morality. Well, firstly, it started off with, thou shalt be thy brother's keeper, even of his belongings. So whether it's his ox or sheep or cattle, whatever it is, if it went astray and you found it, go ahead and take it in. If you know who it belongs to, give it back. If you don't know, hold on to it until the person be found, or come looking for his belongings. It also said, a woman shall not wear men's garments. A man shouldn't wear woman's garments. And I know that that's happening today, you know, with all of this gender confusion. But God said that ought not to be. A man should look like a man, a woman should look like a woman. A bird's nest, if you even for these simple things, which we would perceive as simple things. If you find a bird on its nest, don't take the bird and the little ones from the nest. Leave the mother and take the babies. That's what God said. Even that. And I know he has a there's a reason for all of this. It says when you build a house, put up a battlement. So I think that's some sort of protection, that if someone is walking on your roof, they don't fall off and hurt themselves, because their blood will be upon your head. When you're sowing or when you're farming, don't use a whole bunch of different seeds in the same field. I'll tell you all, when I went to Arizona, and I think I said this earlier on in another chapter when I read something like this, that they were telling us about the Native Americans, how they would sow with corn, beans, and one other wheat, I'm not sure. 3 different types of seeds in one hole. And they were lauding them that this was so awesome. I don't know. But this is what the Bible says ought not to be done. You're not even supposed to plow your field with 2 different types of animals, an ox and an ass. It's unequal strength. You're going to wear one out, that's for sure. Your garments even should not be mixed materials. I know we are so guilty of that. And I started looking, I said, you know what? I think maybe I should just start wearing linen garments. It's kind of hard. Linen is a very crumbly material. Light, airy, cool, comfortable. But I can't just find all linen clothes. So, I don't know. I know the priests especially had to be very careful of the things they wore. But anyway, talks about a man going into his wife, a woman that he took for his wife. He didn't find her appealing, and decides he's going to put her away, and starts making all kinds of bad comments that she wasn't a virgin, so he has an excuse. Well, if her parents can prove that she was, and I have no clue what they did, what the parents kept, some cloth and whatever else, but whatever they did, I'm sure it was used as proof back then for a girl's virginity, and he's found to be a liar, you know, he's going down. They're going to have to stone him. If it's true, then they're going to have to stone her. So, it's something else. And then he still has to pay. Well, if it's not true, he has to pay her parents, and she's going to be his wife forever. Can't put her away. If you find a man lying with a married woman, both of them shall die. That's why when they brought the prostitute, the prostitute to Jesus, saying, or the woman, I won't say prostitute, the woman that was found lying with a man, and this is in the New Testament, and all they wanted to do was stone her. He should have been there with her. Okay, whoever he was should have been there with her, because he was committing sin. See, God he's not partial. Back then, here, now, God is not partial. Whatsoever a man soweth, and when they say man, they mean people. What you sow, you will reap. God is not saying, well, I'm going to do this to the men and nothing to the women. God is giving it for both men and women. God isn't playing that foolishness, that gender stuff that where men get away with stuff. Nuh-uh. Both of them should have been there at Jesus' feet if they wanted to stone somebody legally. So, and other things, like when you find a woman and you lay with her against her, well, that's called rape nowadays. Yeah, you would have to pay money for that damsel, and she's going to be your wife forever. You know what? I heard someone say the other day, adultery is not wrong. Is that it, or not a sin? Well, I guess maybe in courts of law, they don't penalize you anymore. Long ago they did. I guess it's too common now for them to do so, because even the judges and some of those other people in the court would have to be facing charges. Adultery is a sin. God said, thou shalt not commit adultery. So that person who said that, have mercy. Okay, so moving on. This is the end of chapter 22. And once again, I thank you all for listening. Feel free to go ahead and read whatever it is that was read here in chapter 22. And if you find anything that maybe you'd like to comment on, or how should I say, go against or debate, whatever it might be. If you find that it's not something that you agree with or want to discuss, that's fine, in the comments, and I will try to make a valid response. So that's it for today. Until our next reading, remember, faith comes by the hearing of God's word. Have a great day. Bye.